What do you think?
Damn, you know SSG like a textbook? It's not that I know SSG like a textbook, it's more so that's just the most optimal correct play to do. And I know SSG is a really good fucking team, and they're a team to capitalize off on stuff like that.
They wanted to kind of make it up. They got that chicken dinner that was 20 points in placements and then racked up a hell of a lot of kills. So angry, carrying his team at 2.
Honestly, like, the two teams that you could learn a lot from right now would be SSG and Wildcard. Especially since they're playing. For as far as C9 and Tempo goes, C9 and Tempo play very similarly, in my opinion.
In the books, we are gonna have one.
And with the way they play, it's just
gonna be groups B and C. We got
like Bayo's like game sense on rotations is at another level. Like he's just so aware and good at rotations.
Don't go nowhere.
And I feel like that's something that's really hard to look at and learn. But if you watch Wildcard and you watch SSG, you could break it down and learn like stuff from them. But anytime I've watched like C9 play, it's just like they just seem to know what to do. Like it's hard to, like, even after all this time and even after being on a team with Bayo, it's so hard to like copy like their play style. Maybe it's just because I'm too dumb to understand it. Like, if you ask Juicy, maybe Juicy knows exactly how to play like Cloud9. But I think when you watch Cloud9, it's harder to teach players like what they're doing correctly. If you watch Sixless play though, because Sixless puts a lot of content out, you can learn a lot about individual gameplay from Sixless, such as like abusing the blue zone. Sixless is very good at full boosting and knowing how long he could sit in the blue in a late game just to kill the teams that start panicking in the blue zone and they start running in. I saw a clip of this on his Twitter. Let me show you guys real quick. I even commented like, damn, that blue zone boost. I was like, that's very well done. Yeah, right here. Also, for people looking to get better individually, I would say Sixless is definitely a good example to watch just because he has so much content. You could really watch his gameplay and learn from it. And I'm getting copy pasta right now, so I'll just go ahead and read this copy pasta. Hey guys, I just want to let you know a player from Space Station Gaming took off his clothing. This is against rule number 5. You must be wearing articles of clothing all the time. I just told my mom about this too. She said, "Good job, Cable. You're such a good boy, Cable. Please do something about this."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay, alright. So back to what I was saying. So when you want to be better as an individual player, there's like 2 different like things to be good at, if you want to put it very simply. Close range, which I would say the best person you can learn from that streams and has content would be Acer. Just watch how he plays his 1v1s. But 1v1 TDM is very different from a close range fight in an actual game, right? But you can learn from his movement and the way he peeks. So you can just try and practice his movement and try and play the way he does close range, essentially. But for mid range and long range and everything else, Sixless has a lot of content out that you could watch and learn from. So when you are watching his clips, like, try and like learn everything, right? When he is about to shoot, does he shoot? And if he doesn't, why not, right? Just try and pick everything apart. Like, if he has an opportunity to shoot someone, does he shoot it in that very instant? No. Why not? What happens because he doesn't shoot, you know, for the next second? And so I'll just play this clip because some of you guys might have not seen this. This is a scrim game.
And even you can hold that guy, or actually just keep. You need to figure out if you're in on your hill. I don't think you are, so I think you have to get it. Go get on like the top of the hill, maybe. start
Knock
holding
to an
like
SMG.
tempo.
Nice.
Get.
To the left.
I'm almost in over here.
I only had one on my body.
I got someone.
Nice.
Use your first aid and walk towards. I need
Yeah. So I don't know if he makes it in at the end, but
you can hold that guy.
he is full
First aid and walk.
boosted.
Nice.
Use your first aid and walk towards.
And
You can hold
I
that.
don't know. He might have not made it in. I'm not too sure. But so he
You're
doesn't
in on
take
your
the
hill.
initial
I don't
shot.
think you are. So
He also goes prone. Like here, he's just
you need to figure out if you're in on your hill.
he's crouched and lean peeking.
You can hold that guy, or actually just keep.
So two things to note. SNG is not aware of Sixless's position. Because of that reason, he does not have to take the challenge when he first sees them, right? If SNG knows where Sixless is, they're obviously going to get behind cover away from Sixless, in which case Sixless has to take a shot when he has a chance. Otherwise, they're going to be behind cover, away from him. But they don't know Sixless is there. So he doesn't shoot immediately when he sees the targets. And right now he's crouched.
You need to figure out if you're
He realizes he could have 2 knocks and they don't know he's there. So he goes prone to get maximum recoil control.
in on your hill. I don't think you are, so I think you have to get it.
So this other one, this is a very good decision making too. So he has 2 targets to choose from. One that's running in the open that has no solid cover, like big solid cover around him. And then one standing still next to solid cover. So this first guy is going to just be running the whole time, right? He could stop behind the tree potentially, but he's just going to be running. This guy that Sixless is about to shoot at, if he shoots this guy first, the guy that Sixless is aimed at right now could easily get behind this rock cover, and the Sixless can no longer shoot him. And then also, since this guy's running, it would take longer for Sixless to knock this guy, in which case this dude at the rock can have time to react to it and hide behind rock cover. So he goes for the guy that's standing still, A, because it's an easy, fast knock. B, because he's near solid cover, which means he could get behind cover way quicker than the guy running.
Go get on like the top of the hill.
So he knocks that guy, and obviously the next guy he's going to shoot at is the other guy he saw. Now this other guy has no cover next to him because he's just running in the open. And he had to run like a few more steps to get behind cover. If Sixless shot this guy first, it might have taken longer for him to knock him because he's running and moving. And then the other guy could have reacted and got behind rock cover. So these are like, you know, when you watch other people play, when you watch them do things, like you need to pick up on these small micro things. Like these little things are what makes a player great from just good, right?
If you're in on your hill, I don't think you are.
So same exact situation. You're in this position now. First mistake you could potentially make is right
can
here.
hold that guy, or actually just
You start shooting. This guy's gonna get shot maybe once or twice. He gets the hit markers on his screen. He knows where he's being shot at. He plays on the other side of the rock. The second guy knows there's a person where Sixless is now. He no longer crosses into line of sight. So first mistake a player could potentially make is shooting immediately. So don't do that.
you need to figure out if you're in on your
Second thing that Sixless does well, he goes prone, gets maximum accuracy and recoil control.
hill. I don't think you are.
This is a big this is a big thing to learn from, choosing your targets wisely. Go for the one that's standing still, that's an easy quick knock, that's next to hard cover, right? He's next to hard cover, he could easily get behind cover. This guy can't. So go for the one that can get behind cover, that's also just, you know, standing still.
So I think you have to get it. Go get on like the top of the hill, maybe, and start
Knock
holding
to an
like
SMG.
tempo.
Nice.
Get.
And the clip jumps a little bit. He gets the next guy trying to cross.
Here.
And then this one. So here's another thing, especially on Sandhawk. So they had 3 up. Let's see.
To the left.
So Pyra and Uneven are knocked right now.
I'm almost in over here.
I
Okay, so Uneven, so his team got knocked trying to go into the zone. This is good for on Sandhawk and even like late circles on Erangel and Miramar, depending on the way the map is. A lot of teams die running into the next circle. That's just, you know, that always happens. Next zone pops, you're trying to go in. You might just have the shitty side of zone where if you run in or try and rotate in, you're going to die. So there's 3 up. Instead of all 3 trying to run in and just gambling, making it in, just send 2 people in, right? 2 people running in is pretty much the same as 3 people running in. That one extra member is probably not going to change the tide of a gunfight as you're running into zone, into enemies that are already in zone, right? One more extra body probably won't make too much of a difference. And so in this case, this is also Sixless's role. Sixless always does this on his team. You always need a player that sits back, right? So what Sixless does is, okay, like 2 of you go in, see if you can make it in. If you can't, fine. Sixless will sit outside a zone, full boosted, and he knows there's only 1 person up from SNG. If Sixless also runs in, you can bet your ass this last solo is just going to shoot Sixless in the back or the side, right? This last solo player is probably like, there's no way I'm fucking making it into zone, right? I'm a solo and I have to run across this open space where 3 of my teammates just died. So that guy isn't going to move. So if Sixless moves first, he could just die and then the other team gets an extra placement. So send 2 people in, see if they could get in or not. And then 1 person will hold back full boost.
I only had 1 on my body.
And he's full boosted. Kabo, you know, is going to die first. Maybe he doesn't have the meds that Sixless does. Maybe he's not full boosted. So Kabo just tries and goes for a run. Sixless picks up another kill, gets a team placement. And
Use your first aid.
we don't know if he makes it in here or not. But a lot of times what happens is when you come in super late from the blue, teams are no longer watching the blue once it's done closing, right? Teams are watching the blue as it's closing. But once it's done closing, teams will look more often than not elsewhere, right? They kill 2 people coming in from the blue that's closing, and then blue's closing, they're looking that way, they don't see anything for a second, they don't see anything for the next 3 seconds. A lot of people would look elsewhere at where a gunfire is, at teams that did make it in, and try and kill them. So there's a good chance Sixless might have sneaked in here too, which gives them even more placement and etc.
Suzuki, look up.
So, like, you can learn so much just from one simple 30-second clip if you know what to look out for. And then remembering this stuff, and even if you want to take notes down, like, write it down. I know some people here learn better, you know, where they're writing things down. I know this is a video game. It's not like you're studying for an exam. But if you can learn stuff, you know, by writing things down, studying for exams, you can learn it the same way playing a video game, right? So 30-second clip, I personally learned like 5 things from this, right? In a small 30-second clip. Now Sixless posts fucking montages that are like 3-4 minutes long. So there's so much you can learn from like other players that are better. So that's just a way for you to improve. The hardest thing is probably knowing what to look for. So obviously for me, I'm a very analytical guy by nature. It's easy for me to see these things and learn stuff and point things out. For some people that are less analytical, one way you could get more analytical is everything you see in a clip, question, why does he not shoot here? What would I have done? Would I have shot here? Would I have rotated this way? Where would I be in this situation? Ask yourself stuff like that. And then after you ask yourself that, it's like, okay, so he does it this way. What are the benefits of doing it this way? And if you just do that with everything you watch, you could get more analytical and you could learn stuff from other players faster and like more effectively.